Hi guys, Shandy here. Who wouldn't love pixel art point and click, filled with inspirations from Cyberpunk, Zarathustra and Lovecraft? Let's explore it together, shall we?
Hello? You should be able to hear me now. I know this must be very confusing, please don't panic. My name is Amy, which means your name is Amy, I guess. You see what I see. You feel what I feel. And you can guide me to do what you want me to do. Don't try to remember. Our memories are mingled together. It will take time to find your way through them. I'll do my best to give you a short summary of what happened during the last 10 years. I wish I had more time, but people are waiting for us. People from your time were at each other's throat. The whole climate situation was going downhill. Old conflicts flared up anew, and war spread through the world like cancer that hadn't been cut out completely. But then the inflection happened. An enormous alien spacecraft landed in the desert. That wasn't the inflection. It was what happened when the doors opened. The beings that landed on our planet told us the truth. I mean, all of us, at once. It was completely unbelievable, and it will be to anyone who hasn't witnessed it. But within the fraction of a second, the secrets of the universe were unveiled, and with them came two gifts that the outsiders had brought us. It was technology, really, the gift of flesh and the gift of neon. Two completely different ways of creating the most advanced and powerful tools, which must seem like magic to someone like you. The doors of the spaceship closed again, and the two beings communicating with us left as promptly as they had arrived. You must understand what this did to us. The magnitude of their revelation shifted our worldviews profoundly. We began to revere these beings as gods, and although our knowledge about them is limited, we understand that they belong to two divine families, the Ameshaspentas and the Daiva. Almost immediately, humanity forsook their traditional religions. In their stead arose the Church of Flesh, dedicated to the Amesha, and the Church of Neon, which pledged allegiance to the Daiva. Okay, I have to hurry up. First and foremost, you need to understand the core philosophies of the two divine families. The Amesha value free will, life, chaos, and change. In contrast, the Daiva prioritize order, security, and stability. These concepts aren't inherently contradictory. We recognize the necessity of a balance between the two. Given human nature's tendency towards individualism, it's no surprise that the Church of Amesha attracted the majority. To maintain equilibrium, an agreement was forged between the two churches. The Amesha assumed control of the legislative branch of governance, while the Daiva, acting as the counterbalance, took charge of both the judicial and executive branches. Now, we are an FBI agent working for the Church of Neon, and our briefing is right about to begin. Now.
Ah, Agent Tanner. We were wondering if we would see you today. May I assume the connection was a success then?
Yes, sir. The spirit is cooperative, I think. We are ready for our assignment.
Very well. We will start with something simple so you two can learn to work together. The chief asked us for our assistance in investigating a robbery. Not the most flashy case, but the item in question was a book stolen from the Cathedral of Lytton. The involvement of the Church of Flesh can make things a little spicy, so tread carefully. Your contact on site is Officer McCarthy. Get to the Cathedral ASAP. Dismissed.
Okay, let's talk to Amy. Please explain how our connection works.
To be honest, I don't understand most of it myself, but I'll tell you what the doc told me. You are an AI model trained on the memory of a dead person with exceptional skills. The model has been implemented in my neural interface so we can communicate and you have access to my vision. You can't directly access my memory, and I can't access yours in the case it comes back. But you will know what I am thinking, so if I recall something from memory, you'll be able to see it as well.
Who is this guy you are thinking about so much?
Oh, you've seen him. I guess I must get used to having someone else sharing my thoughts. Huh. Sorry, it's not your fault. I've been thinking about Jeff a lot lately. We share an apartment. It's complicated.
Let's see what this does. Okay, so this is a lens that we can use to scan our environment, and it will help us to see what we can interact with. Let's check this one first.
We can get custom-tailored armor from the armor manager, but I don't think that will be necessary for this case.
Let's see, locker.
I've taken my gun and the quantum matrix scanner from the locker. I assume you know how a gun works, but let me brief you on the proper use of the scanner. This device can scan the quantum matrix of any item. If the scanner successfully determines the inherent superposition of the object, it indicates that the object's context is predictable to some extent. Conversely, if the superposition is indistinct, the item has a more chaotic alignment. Let me give you an example. If someone plans weeks in advance to dine at a specific restaurant for a particular dish, that food's quanta will have a distinct superposition. However, if someone spontaneously strolls an unfamiliar street and grabs a meal from the first available place, that food's quantum matrix will be less defined. This principle applies to both past and future contexts of items. As you might surmise, this can also be related to the individuals who have, are, or will interact with the item. The mean chaos value of items related to the Church of Flesh is higher than that of the Church of Neon. If the scanner detects extreme values at either end of the spectrum, we must submit the item to forensics for detailed analysis.
Agent Tanaka.
Fly, what are you doing here so early? Didn't expect to see you before noon.
Cleaning up the streets again. You know, instead of doing boring detective work, you could come with me and make your hands a little dirty.
Sorry, but I already got a partner in a case to solve.
Right, I've heard that you've got yourself a spirit guide. How is she? Or is it a he?
Well, we are still getting to know each other. So far, I've got no complaints. We'll see how he performs on our first case together.
Okay, well, love Agent Tanaka, badass lady.
I better tell Ramirez to watch his stuff. I'm not cleaning up after him.
All right.
Hey, Ramirez, don't let your stuff lie around everywhere.
Oh, Amy, always looking after me. You're so sweet. What would I do without you?
Forensics, okay, let's check this out.
If you need an analysis, just give me the item in question and I will see what I can find out about it.
A fine example of neon tech.
Yeah, I really like the idea of this neon church so far. A Church of Flesh sounds just a bit creepy.
We're doing a lot of DNA analysis, not only of human DNA, but also of all kinds of flesh artifacts.
Flesh artifacts, okay. Can we interact with Amy in any other way? Can we use her bag? Quantum matrix scanner. We have a gun, digipad, cool stuff. But the lining of the suitcase extremely creepy. It's like ribs, and from those ribs like roots coming. Okay, and this leads us to the city. Let's go and look for the church. Oh, this looks like church. Cathedral of Lytton. We need to go there, okay.
The Cathedral of Lytton is a masterful display of the power of flesh. It's one of the most important places of worship for the Amesha. It's unbelievable that someone broke into the heavily guarded church and stole one of its relics without getting caught or triggering the alarm.
Okay, is this no, Officer Goodman. That's not McCarthy, but let's check out.
Hello, I'm Agent Tanner. You must be Officer McCarthy, I assume?
Oh no, I'm sorry, McCarthy has left about an hour ago. I just hope he'll be back soon. I'm his trainee and in all honesty don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I've tried to call him, but got no answer. My name is Goodman. I'll do my best to help.
Goodman's so cute. I guess her voice is there to match her personality. Do you know where McCarthy left?
He wanted to meet an informant who had information on the case. I don't have a name, unfortunately, but you could check with dispatch to see if they have anything in their log.
Can you give me a summary of what happened here?
At approximately 2 a.m., it was reported that an unauthorized entry occurred at the study of the Cathedral of Lytton. Upon investigation, it was determined that the premises had been accessed without any visible signs of forced entry. The method of entry remains unknown. The only item reported missing is a valuable book described as The Echo of Ahura Mazda. Frederick Phelps, the usher, reported the incident to the police at 5:20 a.m. He discovered the book missing from the table in the study, where, according to him, the minister had left it the previous night. Phelps may still be at the police station.
We will need to go and check up on this guy. Did you find any leads?
There wasn't much to go on. Whoever stole the book had access to the church and its security systems. We have no recordings, fingerprints, or signs of forced entry. The book is estimated to be worth $500,000, but its value will likely be covered by the church's insurance.
Where is the minister?
According to the usher's report, the minister was still at the cathedral around 4 p.m. yesterday. We haven't been able to contact her yet, but Bishop Atura vouched for her and informed us she will be here later this afternoon.
Don't you find it a bit unusual that the bishop is so involved in all this?
I'm not sure. Perhaps? It might just be a coincidence. The cathedral is clearly important to the Church of Flesh, and as you know, they have a penchant for unpredictable and erratic behavior.
What else can we click? Anything here? Oh,
The eye of the prophet. He foretold that our gods one day will return and take us with them on a spiritual intergalactic journey.
okay. What else do we have here?
Hey, where do you think you're going? These rooms are private.
I'm here on official business, Agent Tanner, FBI. You are Bishop Atura, correct?
A deva snooping around a church. What a surprise. I've already talked to the police, but sure, go ahead. Waste more of my precious time.
What are you doing at the Cathedral of Lytton?
I'm the bishop. This is our church. I have to take care of things and ensure everything's in order.
I'm surprised to hear the word order from an Amesha.
And I'm not surprised that you don't understand. For the deva, everything is either black or white. Of course, we need order. To a certain extent, that is.
Okay, it's a very prickly relationship they have between both churches. Can you tell me something about the stolen book?
It's an opulent copy of the Echo of Ahura Mazda, bound in rose-tinted flesh and adorned with gems and gold inlays.
I'm familiar with that book. It's a rather standard text that's available at every drugstore.
Well, it might seem mundane to you, but it holds significant meaning and wisdom for our beliefs. However, you're right in a general sense. The content of the book isn't unique. The thieves must have targeted it for the ornate cover.
Okay, well, book covered in flesh. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I need to search the study.
I spoke with Officer McCarthy, and he informed me that he's leading the case. Unless he's present on site, I cannot grant you access to the private areas of the church.
So now we need to check up on McCarthy and maybe talk to the guy that reported to the police that the book was stolen. Let's go to the police station then. Neon District Police.
Agent Tanner, how can I be of service?
Have you heard back from Officer McCarthy?
No, he's still underway.
Could you search in the logs if he called someone during the last few hours?
Sure, just 1 second. He made one call. The number is 555-7532-123. It's not registered in our database, so it's probably a disposable phone.
Thank you.
Let's see, what do we have in waiting room? Let's use the lens. Okay, can talk to a plant, I guess.
The plant adds a touch of life to the otherwise cold room. I'll call it Chuck.
Okay, that's a very interesting name for the plant, but to be fair, I name my plants as well. Okay, this is the guy.
I'm Agent Tanner, and I have a few questions for you.
The feds are getting involved in this? Oh my, how much longer do I have to stay here?
You're free to go home whenever you'd like, but I'd greatly appreciate it if you could stay just a bit longer to answer my questions.
Please reiterate what happened last night and this morning.
I was exhausted and left the church early, around 4 o'clock. Yesterday's mass was extremely chaotic, and I just wanted to get home. I felt a pang of guilt, so I came back extra early today, around 5 in the morning. That's when I discovered the book was missing from the table in the study. I called the minister, Laura Williams, and she assured me that she had left the book on the table. I informed her that I couldn't find it anywhere. She advised me to report it to the police and said she'd inform the bishop about the incident.
Do you know where the minister is?
She's still out? I have no idea. Normally she arrives at the church at around 8.
Please tell me more about yesterday's incident.
It was utter chaos. A disturbed woman kept interrupting the Mass, constantly shouting insults and accusations. Minister Williams attempted to calm her down, but it was to no avail. Ultimately, security had to forcibly remove her. However, about 30 minutes later, she came back with a reporter in tow. I believe she was trying to prove a point, but her claims were just incoherent ramblings. The reporter seemed to think so too, judging by today's article. The crowd grew agitated, and things nearly escalated to a fistfight. That's when the minister decided to have security clear the room and called off the Mass.
Amy mentioned that you can buy Ahura Mazda book at every convenience store. So let's see what we can get from the convenience store, I guess. It was here. Guy here is so spooky. I'm looking for an issue of Echo of Ahura Mazda.
Sure, I'll withdraw the $15 from your account.
Jesus. Serial killer vibes much. The local newspaper, please.
Sure. I've transferred the paper to your digipad. The first issue is free.
Okay, let's check the digipad then.
I've opened the article about the incident at the church. There's a photograph of the woman that caused the disturbance, but no name.
Can we go and talk with the guy in the cathedral again? Let's scan to see if we have everything. Oh, it has recording functionality. Maybe I can connect it to download its data. How can we connect it?
I was able to transfer the recording to my digipad. It's very noisy. A woman is screaming, but I can't understand. It almost sounds like a different language, but none that I've ever heard.
Maybe we can ask him about the incident. Let's see.
A recording? And why would that be worth my time?
Sorry, I'm still looking for a connection to the case.
Maybe we can ask them about it?
Hello again, Sunny. Can you please search the database for this woman?
Oh.
Of course, Agent Tanner. Here she is, Anna Steele, age 31, last seen by CCTV at Vohu Mana Station.
Do you have anything else on her in the files?
No, her record is completely empty.
We found the lady that caused all the mishap at the cathedral. Can we ask this guy about it as well?
Yes, that's her, the crazy woman from yesterday. But I still can't understand a word she's saying. Maybe the bishop could help with that. He's an expert on old and forgotten languages.
Oh, okay. So you can ask Bishop about it. But I guess maybe after interaction with this guy. Go back first to the bishop and then check the Vohu Mana station.
This sounds familiar. Yes, I've definitely heard this language before. Unfortunately, the recording quality isn't the best. And you think this is important for the case?
I believe so, yes. That's the woman who caused all the trouble during yesterday's Mass. There might be a connection to the missing book.
You might be onto something. I can't afford any more bad press for the church. Give me a copy of the recording, and I'll ensure it's translated by tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess he has it already. So, let's check the station.
Hello, I'm Agent Tanner, FBI, searching for this woman. Can you please check your records if she showed up at this station?
Certainly. Just a moment. Yes, she was here today, captured on CCTV just about 4 hours ago. She used the info terminal, then left the station.
She just came in, used the terminal, and left right after?
Yes, it looks like it. Here, I'll give you the admin password of the terminal. You can look up what she was searching for.
Admin password. And then terminal?
Let's see. 4 hours ago. This must be it. The abandoned station? I've heard about that. It was the first train station an Amisha architect tried to build, but it was a massive disaster. That was during the time when the evangelists used the gift without really understanding how it works. Many of these projects failed, and some were even dangerous. A heap of regulations has been passed since then. Oh, great! The Vohu Mana station was built right next to the abandoned station. I should just be able to walk there.
To the abandoned station, then. Oh, okay. Burner phone.
I've found a phone hidden beneath the rumble. If this is Anna Steele's phone, she might have gone into the underground tunnels. The phone is encrypted. I should let someone have a look at it. I'm not going into these tunnels without reinforcements.
Okay, so we need to check out the phone with forensics and get ourselves reinforcements. We can deal with all of this in FBI headquarters. Let's go to forensics.
How long will it take you to decrypt this phone?
Let me see. And I've got access. What do you want to know?
Is the phone's number 555-753-2123?
Let me check. Yes, that's the correct number. How did you know?
It's the last number that Officer McCarthy called. So whoever owns this phone was likely the last person to see him. I guess this is my best lead then. I wish I wouldn't have to go down those underground tunnels, but it seems to be my best option.
Sorry, no. The phone was wiped clean of any stored data. The phone's got an unusual stable superposition. Let me cross-reference that with the character trait database. No, nothing. So that means the superposition is not linked to the person using it, but rather the mode of operation. This phone was not bought, used, or thrown away spontaneously, but was part of a plan.
Okay, let's go get the reinforcements.
Fly, I need your help. I want to follow a possible suspect into some abandoned underground tunnels.
Oh, you're taking me on an adventure? Sure, meet you at the entrance. It's about time you get to experience some excitement.
So we go back at the station.
Well, there you are. Finally, ready to go in? Freeze! Now! Fuck!
Fly, are you okay?
With all that armor, you would think getting shot did hurt less. That bitch escaped through the service tunnels. I don't think we should follow. That's a maze down there.
Damn it. You're right, we would only get lost or ambushed. Let's look around if she left any tracks.
God, the music. Okay, let's see.
I've picked up the empty shell. Fly has a point. Venturing in there poses too much risk. We'll arrange for the tunnels to be searched tomorrow instead.
Exit to abandoned station.
What the hell is this place?
Creepy.
It's a flesh construction gone wrong. You know, from the early days?
Ugh, freaking flesh breeders, this is disgusting.
Hey, you're not supposed to use that word.
Oh, come on, Amy, look at this place and tell me this doesn't freak you out. By the way, hey, little man inside Amy's head, having fun yet?
Well, I am having a great time, so let's go with this one.
Ha, I like him. You should keep him.
So creepy.
We refer to these enormous fleshy outgrowths as gigantuans. Due to the chaotic nature of flesh, if it isn't cultivated properly, it can sprout into these creatures. Or whatever you might choose to call them. They're not alive in any conventional sense. The growth can happen rapidly and spontaneously. It can be very dangerous if people are nearby.
Okay, so flesh is basically like plants, I guess. At least from the description of it. Oh?
There's something lying beneath the platform.
Okay.
Gross. Is that McCarthy?
Oh no.
I'm afraid so. Look, there's some kind of device stuck to his chest.
Jesus, he looks like he was eaten by maggots and all of this. Strange device. Oh god. Superposition -68. I bet we can take this to forensics as well. And the empty shell. I guess this is it. We can do much more here.
Fly, can you go back to HQ and tell Director Parker that I'm taking over the case?
Sure, as long as you're doing the paperwork of what happened here.
Okay, so we will be in charge completely. McCarthy's dead. Fly went to HQ, so I guess we can go to Cathedral. Maybe talk with the bishop. Officer McCarthy is dead. I've officially taken over the investigation.
Dead? This whole affair is getting out of control. I hope you know what you're doing.
He said that we need to find McCarthy first, and then we can search the study, but now we can do it.
Fine, but be careful.
Okay. Perfect.
No sign of the book here.
Right, so that was the table where the book was, I guess.
The floor beneath the bookshelf is scratched, as if the shelf had been moved a lot.
Okay.
I can't move the shelf. Maybe there's some kind of locking mechanism.
Okay, maybe we can go to forensics first, leave all the stuff there.
Ma'am, the station is called. Minister Williams arrived and is ready for interrogation.
Oh, that's more than perfect. Okay, so we will go to the police first. Oh yeah, she's here. Where have you been the whole day?
At home, taking the day off. I'm not a young gal like you. The commotion during yesterday's mass has taken its toll.
I've searched the study. I bet you can tell me something about that bookshelf.
The shelf? I don't know what you are getting at.
Don't play dumb. The shelf has been moved regularly. When I tried to get behind it, it was stuck.
All right, you got me. I'm keeping a bottle of whiskey in there. Happy now?
I'd be even more happy if you would tell me how to open it.
Just push the 3 green books on the bottom shelf and you should hear a click. But hands off my stuff. I know how much was left.
All right, Amy's straight to the point. Worked out.
Ha! Got it. There's a bottle in here and another book. I'll take both.
What the hell? Can we put it here? No.
I found the book. It was in the study, hidden in a secret compartment behind the bookshelf.
Oh, that's great. So this has all been just a big misunderstanding.
An officer is dead. I would not call that a misunderstanding.
Yeah, okay, so I guess this will be the evidence for us. Okay, let's go and ask her why the hell was there a book?
I found the missing book. It was in your little pantry.
What? That's impossible. I've left the book on the table. Why would I put it in there?
No disrespect, madam, but these things can happen with age.
How dare you? My mind is sharp as ever, probably sharper than yours has ever been.
I wonder what's the meaning of all of this. Probably the lady that possibly killed McCarthy put it there. What about this? Can we give it to her?
That bottle is mine now. I'm not giving it back.
Oh, okay. So I guess Amy has love for spirits. Okay, let's go to HQ and checks all of the stuff we gathered with forensics. So first, the shell.
What can you tell me about this shell?
Interesting. That's an old 9mm, almost an antique. It's not easy to get your hands on these. They are mostly sought after because these old guns don't have tracking beacons. They're not only very expensive, but also hard to find.
Strange device. Let's see.
Oh my, what is this thing?
That's what I wanted to ask you. I found it on McCarthy's body. He was entangled in these flesh tendrils.
Disgusting, poor man. I will see what I can find out about it, but this will take a while. I'll notify you when I've found something.
Okay, so we need to wait for that. Can we check this?
Can you please check this book for fingerprints?
Sure, no problem. I'll run it through the scanner. The only prints I was able to find were yours. But look here. The top of the book has these stripes. If you ask me, someone has wiped the book clean.
I guess that's it for now here. Can we talk with Tanaka?
You owe me, Tanner.
I know. I'll make it up. Promise.
What can we do now? Because we need to wait for a couple of things, like we need to wait for translation from the bishop. We need to wait for some analysis from forensics. Can we talk with Amy about anything new? Oh, you and Fly seem to go way back. What's your history?
We went to the academy together, not in Carcosa, but in Peoria. We spent a lot of time together back then. She was probably my best friend. After graduation, she went to SWAT and I stayed with the local police force. We lost contact until very recently when I joined the Carcosa FBI division, where she just happened to be stationed as well.
We can't do anything at the station. Can't do much in a convenience store either. Okay, everything was falling in place before, but now I have no clue what to do because we need to wait for a couple of things. And we cannot go home because...
That's where I live. We'll go there after the shift is over.
Yeah, because our shift is not over yet. So what can we do? The 2 places, well, 3 places left are those. Okay, let's check the cathedral again.
I don't think he would be interested in a standard copy of the book.
Okay.
I'll run the recording through the spectrum analyzer. No, it doesn't look suspicious. There are no hidden frequencies or apparent audio manipulations detected.
How we can progress further?
The missing book is missing some pages. Maybe someone had been messing around with it. I should ask the bishop about that.
Oh my god. What the actual hell? I wouldn't... It took me so long.
The Echo of Ahura Mazda is missing some pages. Here, have a look.
I don't see any pattern here. They seem very random. Laura has probably not taken very good care of the book. I wouldn't read too much into it.
I'm not so convinced. I'll have to keep the book as evidence for now.
Fine. The book is easily replaced.
Yeah, so the objects interact between each other in the inventory as well. I should have thought about it, that basically if this is an exactly the same book, just the cover is different, that there might be differences between them. It took forever to figure that out.
I think we should call it a day. Let's go home.
Okay, let's go there.
Okay, here we are. I think I need to explain something. When I said that Jeff and I share an apartment, what I should have actually said is that he owns this mind-blowing penthouse, and I live there with him. No, we are not in a romantic relationship, if that's what you're thinking. He appreciates the companionship, and there's a mutual physical attraction between us.
But you're not together.
I've taken a glass.
The apartment is beautiful. What can we interact with? Oh, here, fridge. Note, okay.
I'll be at the office for the next few days. I've left some of your favorites in the fridge. See you soon.
Oh, chicken parmesan. However, I'm not really hungry after today. I might have it for breakfast then.
Oh, right, okay. So we need to interact with this.
Cheers to the minister. What a day. And you know what? It's nice not to have to drink alone.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily call it not drinking alone. That's okay. Okay, let's see the bedroom. Wow. Steel cage. What the heck?
You've noticed it. Well, I guess it's hard to overlook. Yes, sometimes I spend the night in there. Consensually, of course. But what about you? Does this make you uncomfortable?
Kinky. To be honest, I don't know. I have never really thought about such things.
Okay, you know what? We'll go easy on it for the time being, and if you want out at any point, just say it.
Okay, why would she sleep in a cage?
This was your first day. Believe me, cases are not always that exciting. Tomorrow will hopefully shed some light on the whole mess. We have a body and probably a very weird murder weapon, but there are still so many open questions. Who is Anna Steele really, and why would she steal some random book pages and murder a cop?
Yeah.
Well, these are questions for another day.
Beautiful design.
Good morning. I was wondering when you would wake up. Was worried for a minute when you weren't there. It probably takes a few minutes to boot up your routines, I guess. This tastes so good. Hey, don't judge me. I like cold chicken. Anyway, about the case. I still think there's something off with the book we found. I want to learn more about its content, but I don't want to hear it from an Amisha. I think we should visit the temple and talk to Reverend Jacobs to learn more about the echo of Ahura Mazda.
Good morning, everyone. Agent Ramirez called in sick today, so he won't be with us for the next few days. Agent Tanner, I've received a message from the Bishop's assistant. He wanted to thank you for finding the missing book so quickly and asked when he could get it back. Reading your report, you want to keep the case open. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The death of Officer McCarthy demands a whole new angle on the investigation. We need to find the connection between the alleged robbery and the homicide. I'll have to keep the book as evidence for the time being.
Very well. The assistant also mentioned some translation work. I'll just forward the message to your digipad.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's it then. Everyone get busy.
Ramirez still left his bag. Can we see what's in there?
I can't believe it. He still didn't put his stuff away.
Let's see what we have in a digipad.
Bishop Atura translated the recording. To his own accord, it's just a random tirade against the Church of Flesh. The language spoken is called Avestan.
I have something for you, Agent Tanner. We examined the device you brought us yesterday. The analysis isn't complete yet, but I thought you'd be interested in the preliminary results. It's quite strange indeed. When placed on a human body, it injects nanodrones into the bloodstream. These drones move towards the brain, searching for a neural interface. If they find one, they connect to the interface's memory and download data from a designated memory range. Then, they return to the device, which checks the data for a specific checksum. If the test is positive, the device sends out a signal and deactivates. If it's negative, it sprouts tendrils and kills the host.
For what data are the drones looking?
We still try to find that out. At a glance, it looks completely random.
Okay, let's go to Neon Temple then. Oh. Morgue. We can go to the morgue as well. That's a new location. Anything else is new here? The highway. Okay. Can we do anything here?
I don't have a destination out of town.
Right. Oh. Please give me a summary of the autopsy.
Sure. The victim has been confirmed to be Officer Neil McCarthy, age 48. We are dealing with a case of spontaneous flesh sprouting here. The cause of death was multiple piercings of internal organs or the brain. Though I've seen victims of such sprouting before, they never looked this symmetrical. The pattern the tendrils followed looks very orderly, unlike the typical organic or chaotic growth you would expect. I've read about the device you found in the reports. It was situated at the center of the sprouting, is that correct?
Yes, it is. I've plugged it from McCarthy's chest. It's still getting analyzed.
Interesting. Well, the time of death was around 2:30 p.m. There are no signs of a fight, and he didn't fire his weapon.
Have you found anything in his belongings?
Yes, we did find a few notes in a hidden pocket of his jacket and his gun. The gun has already been sent to HQ, but I'll give you the notes.
Okay, great. So we have new things to look at.
The analyzer will make fingerprints visible by iodine fuming.
Oh, maybe we can put the book there. No, we can't. That's a shame. Some kind of code. I can make any sense of them. Okay, let's go to the temple.
The Church of Neon retained the cross symbol, more as a brand than a symbol with any actual meaning.
I see.
Mrs. Tanner, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Do you have a moment to discuss a book that's come up in one of our cases? I'd appreciate your insights.
The echo of Ahura Mazda. What you want to know about it?
Can you tell me what the book is about?
It's a beautifully tragic story about a father trying to be a good parent. It's one of the last stories by Zarathustra, and one of his most famous, especially within the Amesha community. Ahura Mazda had 3 children. The oldest was called Asha, an intelligent young woman, very disciplined and orderly. Her younger brother, Agash, was the exact opposite, full of life and curiosity, exploring the world and pushing boundaries. The two siblings were constantly competing, and sometimes their competition got a bit out of hand. But every time, Ahura reminded them about the importance of family, and they eventually got back together. That was until the third child was born, Hastur. He was lacking emotionally and intellectually. When he didn't understand something, he wanted to break and destroy it. Still full of love, Ahura watched with growing despair as Hastur became more violent and sadistic with each passing year. He was the catalyst for Asha's and Agash's building animosity, and the conflict and fighting between the three got completely out of hand. Ahura knew that if this continued, it would end in disaster. He pleaded with his children to stop, but when he saw it was to no avail, he started singing. A lullaby as old as time itself, slowly putting all his children to sleep. And even then, they continued to fight. In the dreamlands, they could never die. Ahura knew, as long as he would sing, his children would be safe. So he never stopped, and we pray that he never will.
What can you tell me about the author?
The book was authored by the prophet known as Zarathustra, whose real name was Hendrik Beckenheim. He adopted the name Zarathustra about 2 years following the inflection, inspired by his first vision. He didn't live long after this point. He took his own life about a year later, but not before writing a collection of short stories, parables, and the book you brought me here. There were many rumors and speculations surrounding his death, but the Church of Flesh promoted the narrative that it was an act of love and devotion. They called him a martyr for their cause.
Do you notice anything special about the book?
It looks really nice and expensive. I'm not an antiquarian, though. However, I do know one. Mr. Corso on 4th Street could help you with that.
Okay, so you'll have new location, I guess. Here we go.
Mr. Corso, I've come to ask for your expertise about this book, following Reverend Jacob's recommendation. What can you tell me about it?
It's a nice-looking, very ornate book cover, something we call a facade. The shiny exterior is designed to distract from the book's contents, a diversion. This book is extraordinary. These pages have been carefully treated to appear new, but to my trained eye, it's obvious that they are not. They're hiding something. Yes, there's a second layer beneath the mundane writing. I see your eye implant. May I install a small routine that will reveal the underlying text to you?
Oh. Okay, let's be a little bit cautious. What kind of routine are we talking about?
It's really just a configuration file for your scanner that recalibrates the spectrometer to reveal the old ink beneath the obstructing layer. See? It's even certified.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, transfer is complete. Activate your scanner to see if it works.
I can see it now. This is amazing, but I can't read any of it.
Here, you can transfer the contents to your digipad.
Have a look, can you make any sense of this text?
I'm afraid I'm as dumbfounded as you. I don't recognize that language.
The language of the book, could it be Avestan?
Avestan? I guess so. I haven't seen any Avestan writing in a long time.
Could you translate it?
I'm afraid I'm a bit rusty in old Iranian languages. I do have a translation help somewhere around here, but I don't have the time for that. See, I have a business to run here.
There's literally no one here besides us two.
Oh, my clientele usually doesn't come here in person, but rest assured that I'm a very busy man.
Can we check this with this guy?
I assume you do know a little about codes and secret writing. What do you make of these notes?
This is gibberish, but look at the space between each sentence. The paper has a slightly different color there. I presume this is some kind of invisible ink.
Can you make it visible?
Let me get my magnifying glass. This looks like some kind of starch-based ink to me. You could make it visible with iodine, but I don't have the necessary equipment for that.
Oh, okay, so we had the iodine scanner in the morgue. We can put them here.
It worked. There is a combination in the space between the sentences.
Okay. What kind of combination?
The combination on McCarthy's notes reads 8733.
Can we give this to the technician as well?
I don't think forensics can help me with cracking the code.
I see. Okay, we can talk with Amy a little bit. About your love life, I think I've changed my opinion.
That's okay. Do my kinks make you uncomfortable?
A bit, I'm sorry, but I'd rather not be a part of it.
I understand that. I'll talk to Jeff and we'll call things off for the foreseeable future.
Did you know Officer McCarthy?
Not really. I mean, I've heard the name before and maybe had a vague idea of what he looked like. But I never worked with him together or even talked to him before.
Do you have a family?
Yes, my parents still live in Peoria. My dad is an accountant. Everyone thinks it's the most boring job in the world, but he can't get enough of it. And I also have a younger sister, Rebecca. But we don't talk much, and that's probably mostly up to me. I just don't have a close connection to her. It sometimes makes me sad, but then I think people are different, and we both live our own lives. I tried to find information on the code with my digipad, but found nothing.
Where can we go?
I don't need to buy anything right now.
We cannot go to the convenience store. What about station?
Hello again. I assume you have storage lockers here at the station? Where can I find them?
Go to the right first, and then down the escalator, and you'll find them there.
Thank you.
Alright, that's genius. We could probably use the code to open locker. 8733. Oh!
Are you okay?
I guess that hurt. That yellow sign, it gives me a headache.
Yellow? This digipad doesn't display color. Do you recognize the sign?
I don't know. I think I've seen it somewhere before, but I can't recall.
Okay. If you're not feeling well, tell me. We can visit Kingdom Hospital anytime to check the connection. I don't want my neural interface getting fried.
Let's check out this thing.
McCarthy's pad seems to be frozen. I can't transfer any data.
Maybe you can give it to the guy in the bookstore.
I'm sorry, but I don't recognize that symbol.
How about we go to Neon Temple?
Do you recognize this symbol?
No. It's so asymmetrical. The Church of Neon would never use such a symbol. It's also no Amisha symbol I would recognize. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's no one in the waiting room now.
Hey, Sonny, I need your help again.
You're really busy lately, aren't you? What can I do for you?
Do you have anything on a Mr. Corso, owner of the bookstore in 4th Street?
Just a second. Yes, here he is. Oh, quite a collection of unpaid parking tickets.
Perfect. Tell your boss I might make a deal on those. I hope that's all right.
Well, he won't be overjoyed, but if it's for the greater good, he won't mind.
Okay, so we have some information to use. Maybe he'll help us a little bit more. You call yourself a businessman. I have a deal for you.
I'm all ears.
You've accumulated an impressive $325 in parking fines. I figure that should be enough to compensate you for your time spent translating that book.
Ha, not even close. But I'll make you a counteroffer. I'll translate the first page for you and we'll forget about those tickets.
Deal.
Okay, first we have the author, Zoroaster. The title of the book is Raz Aji. It's very difficult to get a precise translation, but it's something like Secrets of the Dragon or Mysteries of the Worm. The introduction includes a warning. Again, it's hard to convey the exact meaning, but it's something akin to, he may never return. The key and the lock must be kept separate. The key could also refer to an idea or memory in this context. Now, I presume our deal is concluded. I'll get back to my work now.
How about we try maybe with the forensic lady?
This thing is broken. Do you want me to fix it?
Not right now, but I would be interested if you know anything about that symbol. Also, while you're at it, please check its superposition.
Okie dokie. Couldn't find anything about that symbol in our database. The superposition is not available. The broken pad probably interferes with the scanner. I had that problem before, and it can be quite tricky to find and eliminate the interference. Sorry, I couldn't be of more help here.
I know this sounds strange, but is it possible that the pad showed a yellow color?
Color? No, this model is monochrome. Maybe something reflected in it. The screen is very shiny.
Alright. This is getting tricky again.
Hey, Amy, what about lunch?
Oh.
What about it?
No. I mean, you come over here and eat lunch with me at the Flavor Palace.
Oh, sure, I guess I could take a break and eat something. I'll be there in 10.
Good. I have a table in the center of the restaurant. Can't miss me.
Where is the restaurant? Oh, over here.
There you are. I've ordered you some samosas. They are amazing.
Thanks. Do you feel better? It was a bit rough yesterday.
I'm feeling just fine. Got the day off, living my life. Bored to death. How's Jeff?
Very busy. Haven't seen him in days. But he promised to make up for it on the weekend. Got some surprise in store, I figure.
Right, any ideas how we could catch up with Anna Steele?
If you ask me, she can rot in those stinking tunnels. Did the CSU find anything?
They're still combing through the tunnels. It's a maze, stretching for miles. I hope to hear back from them tomorrow, or I'll just drop by spontaneously.
What about you? Is there someone in your life?
I'm still saving myself for the one and only Prince Charming.
Have you maybe thought about a princess?
Geesh, Amy, are you flirting with me? What would Jeff say? Oh, let me guess, he'd be all over the two of us.
That's not what I meant. I mean, you know what I mean?
Ha, it's so easy to make you blush. But I know your secrets, little one. Can't hide your dark side from me, can you? There's our food.
That does smell amazing.
So about the case, got any new leads?
Yes. Actually, I've found out more about the missing book. It's way older than it ought to, and I've found out the title and author... kind of. And then there's McCarthy's digipad. It's broken. But look at the screen. Have you seen that symbol before?
Actually, I think I did. There's this creep living way out in Kingsport. He had a sticker with that thing on his car. Here, I'll give you the address if he still lives there, but be careful, he has a thing for drugs and violence. You're leaving already?
Yeah, sorry. But I gotta find that guy you were talking about.
You can't live on appetizers alone, Amy. Take care.
I'm ready to ride.
Here we go.
Sometimes I feel like I should just keep driving. Leave Carcosa behind. Find a new place to live. I've got Jeff, Fly, and the others, but still I don't feel like I belong. I tell myself these things take time, but I can feel the anxiety deep down, questioning, how much longer? Well, still gotta solve this case. Maybe I should take some time off after. Next exit's Kingsport. Let's see if that guy is home.
Okay, perfect. Oh, it's so pretty.
Carcosa in the background looks almost menacing. The longer I stare, the smaller I feel.
Okay, let's check this out.
That wiring has definitely not been approved by the county.
Oh.
Looks very complex. Is this for an alarm system or for network access? That kid sure knows some things about neon tech.
If you're looking for Aaron, he's not here.
Why do you think that I'm looking for him?
You're not the first cop paying us a visit, and I'm trying to stay out of the line of fire.
Do you mind if I look around inside the house?
Sure do. That's private.
The wiring of your house looks sketchy. Maybe I should get someone over here.
That's Aaron's work. Ask him if you have a problem. Are you asking for my ID?
That would help, yes.
Here, I hope you're happy now.
23. You look younger.
I get to hear that all the time. Don't take it as a compliment, though.
I'll check the property registry. Yes, there she is. She owns 50% of that house. She is responsible for that wiring.
Okay. Now we're going somewhere.
You are registered in the deed of the house, so you are also responsible for it.
I'm what? See, I don't want any trouble. Go inside if you must.
Cool. Ooh. Fancy room. I love it. Okay, I guess we will need to figure out the code from the other stuff first.
There's a video game in the pile. I'll take it.
Okay.
The computer is password protected.
Okay, makes sense.
Oh, hello, Master.
Oh. Okay, I guess this is the roleplay they're getting at with the cage and everything. Oh, we have numbers here. I guess they will be part of the code, but how to crack it?
A couple of old Polaroids. His family, maybe? He scribbled numbers below them. Aaron's computer is locked. Do you have the password?
And why would I give that to you?
Oh my god, she gives off Kardashian vibes.
I've got brain bait here. How about you trade for the password?
Fine, whatever. The password is Hyades. Hyades.
I've unlocked the computer. That's subtle. There's a document with a safe icon. It reads, "In the dawn of youth, years seem but few, a world unripe under morning's dew. Yet as seasons turn in time's swift dance, we age, unknowing, in life's advance. Then comes a year, silent, unseen, unlocking death's door where youth had been. With each wrinkle a story fades, in the march to dusk, light slowly wades. In this play of life, we're fleeting guests, with time as our guide to eternal rests."
Okay, that doesn't give us much info. Maybe only some suggestion regarding the photos, how we should align them, and also music, so much Stranger Things vibes. Okay, so it is a little bit about like how life goes.
Maybe the photos have something to do with the poem. Something about aging?
4 would be the first one, because it's the youngest one. Then she seems to be looking younger than the guy over here. And he seems to look younger than the guy over here, and obviously he looks younger than the grandma. Okay, let's try this one. 460-379.
Ha! It opened. Well, that's a disappointment. The only thing inside the safe is an empty envelope. Wait! Who is this? Aaron? Stop! I need to talk to you. Damn it, I have to go after him. Oh no. Aaron, are you okay? He's not breathing. Sonny, I've got a 1050 1 mile north of Kingsport.
Acknowledged. Units are on their way. It will take them some time to get out there.
Roger, I will have a look around.
Jesus, what happened here?
There seems to be a part missing here. No signs of life, poor kid. I've found a scrap of paper in his pockets. The car crashed into a maintenance drone. The drones are usually programmed to avoid oncoming traffic. This piece looks like it might be fitting in the control panel.
Great. Found a piece of my work in here. So we should put it.
I don't understand everything that the log shows, but it seems to me that the drone was off the street when the impact happened. Did Aaron lose control of the car? I didn't see any brake marks. He might have been on drugs, considering his habits. We'll know more when the coroner takes a look, but I can't shake that underlying feeling that he might have crashed on purpose.
It's either he crashed on purpose or someone maybe moved this drone so it can crash into him. What about this envelope?
They fit together. Maybe Cultus Signi Flavi refers to a place, and the numbers on the scrap are GPS coordinates. I should put them in my digipad.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. The coordinates point to a place at the abandoned station. I should check the exact position when I go to the tunnels tomorrow.
Nice. Okay, so on the third day we go to the tunnels.
It's getting late. I should put the biking gear back in the armory manager and head home. Okay, let's go home. It's been a long day.
Good evening, Agent Tanner. I apologize for calling this late on an official matter. Our mutual acquaintance, Mr. Corso, told me about your visit. Now, I've come to hear that you were able to decipher parts of my book. It is time to talk. I've arranged a meeting tomorrow at 11 a.m. at my residence.
Okay, I will see.
I expect you to be punctual. That should be an easy task for a Deva.
He hung up. What an asshole. Nevertheless, if he has valuable information, and if I don't want to get in trouble with my boss, I should be there.
So I guess we will go first to the bishop, and then we will go to the underground?
No, I'm not going to rummage through the drawers.
Oh, that's a shame. Alright, so I guess we can go to sleep then. This story is getting thicker and thicker. I think it is a good place to stop here, guys. We will continue Amy investigation in the next video. See you!